The escape is only the beginning. The trailer is here. From jungles to deserts to snowy tundras, Season 4 is action-packed and takes this animated show away from the known and into brand new territories with exciting new stories. A lot is revealed in this trailer, and there is now less than a month to go until we can join the campers once again. Let's dive into this trailer and analyze what we see. The campers have escaped the island. Spending most of Season 3 trying to get the boat ready to sail, the kids finally left Isla Nublar at the very end of the season and have now set sail into the unknown. As predicted, this victory is cut short by the recently escaped Mosasaur, which breaches the water and seemingly slams into the boat, destroying it. An interesting thing to note, we see what could be the boat on this radar, the Mosasaurus, and something else. Could this be what leads to the Mosasaurus attack? We'll have to wait and see, but last we saw of the campers, it's alluded that something else resides on the boat with them. Perhaps these things are connected. This trailer certainly has a creepier vibe than we've seen prior. The titles play and we see the campers awake after the attack on the boat, on the shores of a new environment. The wreckage of the boat surrounds them as lightning cracks in the distance. The campers say, "This doesn't look like Costa Rica." We then cut to the desert environment, which isn't as it seems. While it looks like it spans for miles, it turns out that it's an enclosed, artificial environment where the walls project imagery like a high-tech biome. Brooklyn pushes against one of the hexagonal wall panels, opening a doorway leading down into a mechanical-looking corridor. Speaking to Entertainment Weekly, showrunner Scott Creamer has confirmed that Season 4 does not take place on Isla Sorna or any of the 5 deaths, and is in fact a new location entirely. This puts forward an opportunity for both the audience and the campers to be on the same page about what we're seeing in the season. Scott says this is an island previously unseen in the Jurassic canon. The kids, basically, are gonna have to figure out what the heck is going on as opposed to other seasons where the audience was ahead of them. We then catch a glimpse of our first dinosaur. A T-Rex stomps through the redwood forest. While Season 4 does not take place on Sorna, we do have some theories which we will get to later. The T-Rex is covered in scars and has a greenish tinge, although upon reflection, it does not look as obviously to be a male as we previously thought. While running, Brooklyn says, "No, it can't be." After the first title card, we see a close-up of an animal's eye opening. We believe this is the Smilodon, which is later revealed in the trailer. We then see Darius, with a rope around his waist, jump into the ocean. While at first glance the rope would appear to be something to keep him afloat for safety, the next shot shows it trailing downward, seemingly attached to something below the depths as he struggles to swim to the surface. Ben holds a flaming torch while exploring a claustrophobic cave opening in what appears to be the more desert-styled biome location, before we cut to see the T-Rex in that redwood forest, biting and roaring at the many drones that surround it. They appear to be hurting it. The T-Rex is seen in full here, covered in fresh-looking scars, while the drones escort it away from the campers who are watching closely. These seem to be the very drones that Manticore used to collect smuggled data from Sammy in Season 1 and later appeared in Season 3 observing the Scorpius Rex. Could this be Manticore's facility? While we certainly didn't expect a company this technologically advanced to use a child to smuggle DNA from their competitors' assets, there does appear to be some sort of connection to Manticore here. We can't help but reflect that this location does still look like Isla Sorna. As stated, Scott Creamer told EW that the season does not take place there or on any of the 5 deaths, and it revolves around a new location. However, perhaps he's trying to set expectations accordingly, and maybe the campers do indeed crash on Sorna for the first episode before being whisked away to a new location, and potentially end up on a poaching vessel themselves. It's hard to believe that an island not owned by Injen, filled with highly advanced technology and dinosaurs, would be in sailing distance from Isla Nublar, yet not be known in the world of Camp Cretaceous or even in the Jurassic films. So we then swap jungle boots for snowshoes. 2 Arctic transports glide through the snow before we see the robot dog from the poster trying to breach through a window with the campers inside. The robot dog fires what appears to be electricity pulses at the glass, perhaps a function designed to tranquilize or stun dinosaurs, keeping humans out of harm's way, but now being used directly to attack the campers. Already having seen a number of locations in the trailer so far, it's clear that wherever we head contains biomes of some description which replicate new environments. While these biomes have artificial walls that extend the visual size of the environment, this snowy vehicle sequence shows that they're certainly not small, despite the virtual extension. The robot dog runs alongside the Arctic transport vehicle. The dog looks futuristic and less like the Boston Dynamics ones and more like a combination of the creepy, bloodthirsty ones from Black Mirror and Kingsman 2. They are very smooth in motion and appear to be highly advanced. Whoever is behind this tech certainly has a lot of money. We cut again back to the location where we saw Ben with the torch, and here we see our first proper look at a new to the franchise prehistoric creature that has been brought back from extinction, the saber-toothed Smilodon. The campers square off with this prehistoric feline near a campfire. In the desert location again, with cacti behind it, we get a good look at Diego's doppelganger, which roars at the campers. In the Entertainment Weekly article, Scott Creamer states, "We've now expanded this world where it's not just Injen, it's not just Biosyn. People are making these prehistoric creatures, so it's like, why would they necessarily stop at just dinosaurs?" Of note, Injen was also interested in ice-aged animals and has a Project Martal outpost in Siberia for extracting the frozen corpses from the tundra. While Scott seems to imply this is an all-new company creating these creatures, perhaps there could be ties to Injen there. Then we see Kenji sliding, or rather falling down a rocky slope. Back in the snow, these Arctic transport vehicles halt in front of a new dinosaur to the franchise, the Kentrosaurus. The robot dogs are nowhere to be seen in this shot, and following that we see a robot dog falling through the water, sinking below the ice. Of note, the water seems to have disabled the functionality of this threat. While the Kentrosaurus has never appeared in a Jurassic film, nor has it ever been on any of Ingen's lists, it does appear in Jurassic World Evolution 2 in the Chaos Theory mode. While the mode itself takes place on Isola Sorna and is populated with all of the dinosaurs you see in the films, the sole exception being the Kentrosaurus. This certainly is curious and appears to be yet another piece of circumstantial evidence that somehow ties to Isola Sorna. Darius runs through a jungle. Kenji, Brooklyn, and Sammy scream as some sort of carnivorous dinosaur roars and bites at them. We appear to be back in the desert location here. We then see a very Warpath looking shot, the Kentrosaurus squaring off against the previously seen T-Rex. The drones seem to be pushing the two together somehow, perhaps intentionally encouraging the two to battle. The dinosaurs are stood outside of a large structure which appears to be some sort of arena or viewing platform. Is this a dino fighting event? The two dinosaurs begin to fight as we cut to black as the T-Rex seemingly bites off the Kentrosaurus's head. Ouch. Fading in, and here she is. The Spinosaurus returns to the Jurassic franchise. We are in the desert again now. The large behemoth stomps towards the campers before stopping and roaring. The group is not with Darius here. Brooklyn states,
"That's new."
Before the campers hightail it away from the charging, sail-sporting 2001 era dinosaur. When talking about the Spinosaurus to EW, Scott states, there is a good chance that it might be the exact same Spinosaurus. He's of course referring to the Spinosaurus on Isola Sorna in Jurassic Park 3. This is perhaps our largest piece of connecting tissue that ties us to the legendary island. Just what is going on? Interestingly, however, he states the Spinosaurus is definitely prominent in Season 4, but I wouldn't say it's our main antagonist. It's not our Toro or Scorpius Rex. After this loving Jurassic Park 3 tribute, the titles hit the screen, and then we get one last look at a jungle. The campers, minus Darius, approach a warehouse. Now it's worth noting, this jungle looks like Nublar's jungle, which Isola Sorna also sports in some locations, and this building looks exactly like the one from Season 2. It could be the same building, or it could be the same type of structure somewhere else. Either way, this shows we will be returning to an Injen-built facility at some point in the season, and confirms that this season will contain more than one location. Whether or not this means we will return to Isola Nublar, or perhaps as we speculated, take a detour to Isola Sorna, that all remains to be seen. A return to Nublar could of course mean the return of Dave and Roxy, who have been absent since Season 1. And then the final title card, December 3rd. Firstly, wow, what a trailer. Season 4 feels drastically different than the first three. It seems to really be pushing the franchise and this show specifically in a new, fresh direction. With the introduction of other prehistoric creatures mixed with very futuristic tech, we seem to be entering a new era. We'd be remiss not to mention the fact that this technology is not present in any of the films, including Fallen Kingdom, which chronologically takes place long after this timeline. This creates a bit of a world-building disconnect. However, perhaps we see this reflected and tied together in Jurassic World Dominion when Biosyn comes into play, even if this isn't their island. We have our own corner of the franchise. It's completely rooted in the canon, but things that happen in our series inform things that happen in Fallen Kingdom, as well as the upcoming Dominion. So where is that thing that was on the boat at the end of Season 3? If you remember, banging was heard inside the hull of the boat, seemingly representing a threat for the campers. In the trailer, we obviously see a mosasaur take the boat out, but what was lurking on it, and how does that come into play? Now, could this image of the Scorpius Rex, which is not from Season 3 and is new for Season 4, be what was on the boat? In the first and second season, we saw Bumpy's rapid growth, and the Scorpius was able to clone itself in a very short span of time. Perhaps a baby Scorpius is hiding out on the boat, only to end up on whatever location the kids end up at. Likewise, the ties to Isla Sorna are very strange. Perhaps this season was originally written to take place there, but the entire internet guessed that we would be heading there, and the showrunners then felt the need to change things up in order to keep things unpredictable. If that's the case, we're pretty disappointed, as Sorna's absence has felt like a weird disconnect for the franchise and would have been a welcome return for the old guard and a brand new location for new fans. If Scott Creamer hadn't said it wasn't on Sorna, we would assume it definitely was on Sorna and that these biomes are there too. It's particularly hard to believe that there would be another island so close to Nublar, but before we make any judgments, we'll have to see how it all ties together in the upcoming season. The EW article does show something not in the trailer, the campers encountering a pack of velociraptors. Sadly, these raptors are not a return to the wild velociraptors of the Jurassic franchise, but rather the frequently used, generic-looking green raptors seen in toys and video games. We would have loved to see a return of the Isla Sorna varieties here, as it especially would have helped tie the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World era franchises together. Season 4 consists of 11 episodes, one more than the last, and welcomes 2 new cast members, Kirby Howell-Baptiste and Haley Joel Osment. During the trailer, we see a few scenes that show that Darius has split from the group. Whether captured or voluntarily going solo, there are definitely implications for his character here, not forgetting the situation he ends up in underwater. So what did you think of the trailer? What new additions are you most excited for, and where do you think the campers end up? As always, let us know your thoughts down below in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to our channel for more Camp Cretaceous content over the coming weeks. Don't forget to check out the Jurassic Outpost store. We currently have an exclusive pre-order sale for the upcoming Captives Clash Edition Mega Egg, limited in numbers. Be sure to get your order in now, as this egg won't be available elsewhere for quite some time. It's got some exciting new dinosaurs in it, and as we speculated before, they are tied to Season 4 of Camp Cretaceous. And check out the video description for discounts with our various partners. As always, head to JurassicOutpost.com for more news and information.